Hello, my name is Jalil Howard. Hello, my name is Jalil Howard, and our group will be presenting.
Hello, my name is Andrew Carfley, and I will be reading over the table of contents, which are introduction, research questions, method, operationalize anger, which is theory, definitions from other disciplines, expert interviews, definition of anger from a sport perspective, scale development, scale samples, Likert type scale to measure anger, discussion, conclusion, and reference.
Why anger? Anger can be seen as a negative or positive emotion. We have all felt the need to let out an expression based on how our day was or the situation you are currently in. Sometimes it's okay to be angry, but not all the time. It can affect your own mental health and others around you. The emotions can cause a lot of problems that don't need to happen. Why anger? Anger can be seen as a negative or positive emotion. We have all felt the need to let out an expression based on how our day was or the situation you are currently in. Sometimes it's okay to be angry, but not all the time. It can affect your own mental health and others around you. The emotions can cause a lot of problems that don't need to happen.
The emotion anger has various definitions that come into play.
There are many different scales that anger has, such as the high and low arousal scale.
The research questions we will be discussing is defining anger from a sport fan perspective and developing the Likert type scale to measure anger.
Our method will go over the literature review, the expert interview, and the content analysis about anger.
Operationalize anger will cover the theory, definition from other disciplines, expert interviews, and the definition of anger.
The three theories we will be discussing are cognitive theory, biological evolution theory, and psychodynamic theory.
Cognitive theory states that it is an active, directive, time-limited, structured approach used to treat a variety of psychiatric disorders such as anxiety and depression. It is also based on an individual's affect and behavior in which he structures the world.
The key words to look into is active, directive, time-limited, structured, and behavior.
Biological theory explains that anger has evolved as a survival mechanism, allowing individuals to respond to potential threats by preparing the body for fight or flight. This theory posits that the physiological response to anger, such as increased heart rate and muscle tension, helps protect the individual from danger.
The key words to look for in the biological theory are survival, protect, prepare, and tension.
Psychodynamic theory views anger as a defense mechanism that represses unpleasant emotions such as fear, hurt, or sadness. According to the theory, anger can serve as a substitute for these more vulnerable emotions and can be a manifestation of unconsciousness, conflicts, or repressed childhood experiences.
The key words to look for in the theory are fear, hurt, sadness, and experience.
The ripple effect. Emotional contagion and its on-group behavior explains that anger transfers moods among the people in a group and it influences the emotions or behavior of another person or group through the consciousness or unconsciousness, induction of emotion, states, and behavior attitudes. The interpersonal effects of anger and happiness in negotiations explains that anger may be used to indicate that negative consequences may ensure if an unreasonable tactic or position is pursued, and anger is often followed by aggression. Anger can be defined as an affective state experienced as the motivation to act in ways that warn, intimidate, or attack those who are perceived as challenging or threatening.
The key words from the different definitions of anger were transfer moods, negative consequences, and threatening or challenging.
The people that we interviewed for the project were Nathan Bull and Jack Hogan. The questions we asked was, what causes anger in sport? How do you control anger in sport?
Hogan stated that it is my opinion that anger in sport is caused by frustration. Bull said that from a player or a coach perspective, lack of execution, officiating, lack of sportsmanship, and mistakes, conduct of an opponent. It is essential to play sports with focus on the task at hand instead of allowing emotion to take over, Hogan said. Discipline, routine, ability to regain control where you lost control, having specific objectives to achieve, not preparing mentally and physically, is what Bull said.
The key words to look at were frustration and focus, lack of execution, regain control, and conduct from an opponent.
Anger, from a sport fan perspective, can be a trigger response based on the feelings of hostility, frustration, and agitation. For example, let's say a team is having a poor performance on the court and they fail to perform to expectations. That can be very frustrating, leading to being angry at player and coaches. Another example that anger can arise from other situations in sports can be rivalries. Rivalries can be very intense and they can escalate to anger and violence.
We will be discussing scale samples and Likert scales to measure anger.
On the slide displayed, the picture explains high arousal levels when you are angry and low arousal levels when you are content and calm.
Here are the anger measurement scale statements shown on the slide. Has become physically ill due to anger, has broken something when angry, has exhibited road rage, has threatened to strike someone, has quarreled with others, has made someone leave a situation due to his or her anger, has made others afraid of him or her, has had information withheld or changed due to concern that he or she would become angry, has been in trouble with the law due to behavior when angry, has felt remorse or guilt for behavior when angry.
Here is the scale samples continue. The event may be attributed to my self-control. The event may be attributed to my talents. The event may be attributed to how I feel as an individual. The event may be attributed to who I am as a person. The event may be attributed to how frustrated I am. The event may be attributed to the mistakes I made, and the event would have not occurred without my hard work.
Likert scale to measure anger. Statement 1. I feel angry when my team is not meeting the requirements. Statement 2. I am frustrated with the management of my team. Statement 3. I am not satisfied with my team. Statement 4. I get irritated when a player makes a mistake. And statement 5. I get aggressive when my team plays rivals.
So now we are up to the discussion. How does anger impact the sports business? How do we deal with anger? Anger can result into many conflicts and solutions.
Conclusion. Anger can be both negative and positive depending on how you act into the situation. Remember, be content and calm in the situation at hand.